Shalom, family. Good to see everyone here. Hope you're doing well. Boy. So, Donald Trump's lawyers were in court, because of that ballroom. He had to stop building the ballroom. So, they were in court and pretty much letting the judge know that Donald Trump can do whatever the hell he wants, including if he wants to bulldoze down the Statue of Liberty. Now, as for me, I don't give a shit about that Statue of Liberty. I don't care if they bulldoze it down now, as far as I'm concerned. You know, that thing represents immigration. That's what it really represented. It was supposed to be a black woman. And of course, this place is so racist, they couldn't let that happen. And the Statue of Liberty to me looks like a man anyway. It's a very mannish looking face. So, anyway, a lot of people took notice to what they were saying in court. And some people feel this is not just being said. Now, I don't know if any of you remember, but France, they were asking for it back when Donald Trump took office. They were asking for the Statue of Liberty back. Give the shit back to them. It's of no use to me. I mean, I ain't no statue person, so you want to dismantle that thing, take it down, and ship it back? I could care less. I really don't care. So let's get into it, y'all. But before I do, just a friendly reminder, if you get the shampoo, pomade, and rice and aloe leave in conditioner, you get 40% off for buying them as a bundle. All right. And the sale ends on the 7th. All right. Let me get to this video. All right, give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you. Thank you.
The Trump administration is now arguing in court that Donald Trump could bulldoze the Statue of Liberty and you can't do anything to stop him. Seriously. There's an argument happening right now over the legalities of Donald Trump's ballroom and the bulldozing of the White House East Wing. And Justice Department lawyers were asked straight up, if Trump were to just bulldoze the Statue of Liberty, would anyone have the ability to sue him and stop him? DOJ says no. No one can sue him. Theoretically, Congress can pass legislation to block the bulldozing of the Statue of Liberty, but you can't. No one can. Trump can just do it, even if it's an overt violation of the law. That is the position of the Justice Department. Now, doesn't mean he's bulldozing the Statue of Liberty tomorrow, but this may very well give him some ideas to want to remodel parts of the Statue of Liberty next. We'll see what happens. As always, spread the word. Full updates on my Substack, linked in bio. Subscribe for free. Follow along for all the news you need to know about.
Battle over the ballroom. An appeals court in D.C. hearing oral arguments now over President Trump's plan to build a new White House ballroom. In a lawsuit brought by historic preservationists, the panel weighing the president's request to throw out a lower court's order to stop the construction. Our Stephen Portnoy joins us now with more. So, Stephen, what did we hear in court today?
Kira, it was 2 hours of oral argument before a panel of the D.C. Circuit Court here in Washington today. And at one point in the 2 hours, you heard the Justice Department's attorney saying that there is nothing that the courts can do at this stage to stop the ballroom's construction. He said 3 million pounds of steel rebar have been delivered and that the project is, as he put it, well on its way. Broadly, much of the argument today focused on whether the group that has brought the lawsuit, the National Trust for Historic Preservation, has standing to sue. The administration argues that the plaintiffs are not injured in any way, that they're basically bringing this lawsuit because they simply don't like the design of the ballroom. And their position, as argued in court today, is that if people are walking by the White House on Pennsylvania Avenue and they don't like the look of the new ballroom, that all they have to do is just cast their eyes in a different direction and move on with their day. The panel of judges, though, really did press both sides on this question of standing. And you have to wonder whether this might be where this all lands. But I will say that one of the judges, Patricia Millett, who's an Obama appointee, really pressed the Justice Department on how far the president can go, whether the president could tear down the White House or maybe even if he wanted to, take down the Statue of Liberty, and whether anyone could sue to stop him. And the answer from the government's lawyer was, quote, "I think that's right." Now, the government argues that the ballroom is necessary for national security, pointing to the drone port that the president says will be on the roof of the new ballroom, the bulletproof glass and the blast-proof columns. The appeals court panel that heard this today is comprised of appointees of Presidents Obama, Biden, and Trump. And it was really difficult to get a sense just listening to the questions for 2 hours over where this is going to land. But you can imagine the losing side is probably going to take it to the Supreme Court.
Well, it's not just the ballroom, right? This is really part of a larger effort by the president to Trumpify our nation's capital in many ways.
Well, that's right. I mean, look, you've got the idea of building a ballroom, the new East Wing Modernization Project, as it's called. You have the president putting a new floor on the reflecting pool of the Washington Monument you see there. You have the president just yesterday in the Oval Office talking about building some sort of a promenade that would extend from the Lincoln Memorial to the Potomac River. Well, right around that area right now, there are multiple highways and roadways that are heavily used during rush hours. It'll be very interesting to see what the president has in mind. And of course, then there's that 250-foot triumphal arch on the other side of the Potomac that the president wants to build right near Arlington National Cemetery. So there are many projects that the president wants to build. And the issue for the appeals court today is whether, if someone wants to sue to stop him, there's anything that can be done.
On the world stage, America has literally gone from being the country of immigrants to the country that hates immigrants, coming from an immigrant.
The Trump DOJ just made one of the most ridiculous claims you'll ever hear to a federal judge. They claim that they could bulldoze the Statue of Liberty and nobody would have the legal standing to stop them. This is why people have no king's protests, because Trump is not a king.
So Trump's DOJ is now arguing that they could bulldoze the Statue of Liberty and nobody could do anything about it. No, seriously, the party of uber patriots totally tried to argue that in court. Now, this is in relation to Donald Trump's ballroom, because he plowed down half of the White House without congressional approval, and the White House is a historical site. So he was sued, and he was told to stop. Now, the DOJ, who is not supposed to be acting on Donald Trump's behalf for something like this, by the way, they have a really stupid argument. They're trying to say that because Donald Trump already plowed down the East Wing, and the operation has already begun, that they can't sue to stop it. So basically, they're saying Donald Trump can do something blatantly illegal, but if he does it really fast before anybody can sue him to stop him, he can do whatever he wants. So the judge asked, if the government decides very quickly to bulldoze the Statue of Liberty, but the government moved really fast, can nothing be done? To which the lawyer from the DOJ said, I think that's right, yes. But of course, the Statue of Liberty, like the White House, is managed by the National Park Service. It would require an act of Congress to demolish it. This is like a bank robber taking all the money, but since he made it all the way home into his apartment, he can just yell, "Ali, Ali, oxen free," and the cops can't do anything. It is a really stupid argument. But of course, the party that thinks they are the party of patriotism and they love America so much, they're trying to claim that Donald Trump has the right to do whatever he wants, and if he decides to do it in 24 hours, nobody can do anything to stop him because it's too late. How ironic is it that a man who has spent his entire life getting out of criminal charges because he delays and slows everything down, yet he claims that if he does something horribly illegal really fast, it's totally okay.
You're not going to believe this shit. As we all know by now, there is an ongoing legal fight about the Trump demolishing the East Wing of the White House, building his ballroom. And the DOJ was asked just straight up, if Donald Trump wanted to bulldoze the Statue of Liberty, could anybody stop him? And the DOJ said no. Now, obviously, that's not true. Congress can pass legislation to block Trump from bulldozing the Statue of Liberty. And I'm not saying that Trump is thinking about bulldozing the Statue of Liberty. Just It's just the fact that his Department of Justice said that if he wanted to, nobody could stop him from doing that. So what's to stop him from trying to buff the Statue of Liberty back to copper or do major renovations to Statue of Liberty Island? It's just, the point is, this president thinks he can do whatever the fuck he wants, and there'd be no legal ramifications for it. As I mean, just holy shit. Holy shit.
Well, Donald Trump is a white male in America. And yeah, he can do whatever he wants. He's a rich man. And America believes rich people should be able to do whatever they want. They rarely get arrested, even when they openly commit crimes. So what's to stop them from bulldozing down the Statue of Liberty? Nothing. He had no problem taking down slave monuments and plaques and commemoration for black soldiers. He don't have a problem with taking stuff down. You think he's going to stop with just us? He never will. So, and you see, he always wanted to get rid of parts of the Constitution. He was very open about that. So I would not be surprised if he did do something. Usually when these things are spoken about, it comes to pass with Donald Trump, and he's desperate for that ballroom. He is desperate for that ballroom and his bunker underneath. He wants that thing completed. He doesn't care what he has to do. So they halted, but they're going to let him continue on to build that monstrosity that he started. And they're not going to do nothing about it. They don't have a backbone when it comes down to Donald Trump. They really don't. But y'all, all we got to do is stay out of their business, continue to mind our business, and that's all we need to do. I don't want no involvement with this thing with the Statue of Liberty, and I could care less. This man he don't care or respect anything. He doesn't. But I don't know why y'all looking so, I don't know, y'all look so sad and gloomy. I don't know why you're looking that way. Y'all were the ones that voted Donald Trump in office. So what do you think you were going to get? And they still believe Donald Trump after being lied to multiple times. They still believe Donald Trump. They still want to believe him. And that's the funny part. So y'all, that's on them. I could care less. Y'all better just look, you made your bed, so lay in it. Lay in your bed. You wanted Donald Trump, now you got him. So you should not be shocked by some of the outlandish things he does and says. So y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much for being here. And be on the lookout. I'm going to get the Bible study up and, a few of the things I will be talking about tomorrow on live. So y'all, do you know we are approaching 107 years this coming August? 107 years. I'm sorry, not 107, 407 years. Because it was 1619 and now it's 2026. So that's 7 years. That's 7 years as of August And we're really not that far away. So, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night, and I will see you on my lives tomorrow. Shalom, family.